Hello, greetings. It's me again about my religion. Ex-Muslim now, an ex-religion. So I'm obsessed because in so much pain still I'm thinking, and these are now verses that we have to infer upon and see how strange this Quran verses are. On one hand, this, and on the other hand, that. Even though the ones I've shown which were quite clear, they have been disputed by religious scholars, saying that nothing is wrong in those verses. So it'll be very difficult. I don't know, thoughts have come on that, so I'm going to share. Even though sometimes I feel this is crazy what you're doing, really. So, 1400 years of whatever this is, we were in so deep, in a way, believed in it due to the grand sacrifice of Imam Hussein. Sunnis loved Prophet Muhammad a lot, and so they held on to religion because of their own reasons. Shias held on to this religion, Islam, because of their own reasons. So I was thinking about Surah Fussilat Ayat, like it is the disbelievers who say, let us, whoever has done wrong to them, let us trample them under our feet. Sorry, I can't check the ayats because right now I'm in feverish pain, weakness and all, and headache. So if I moan and groan, please, I'm not seducing. Far from it. So I'm in, but still I have to share. This is worse than death. Okay, so I went for a walk on the 8th after listening to my own audio on Islam, and I didn't know what I really had to go for a walk. I came back and had this fever, and maybe the Hindu tablet is really helping me get rid of, but it comes back, the head cold. Anyways, my head is full of cold, flu or something. It's called a head cold. Anyhow, but so on with the religious. So I was thinking of how attractive this ayat is, that about the believers who, hold on to Allah, one Allah, and then remain steadfast. The angels descend on them, saying, grieve not, we are your friends in this life and in the hereafter. You will get all what you desire. So, here and in the hereafter. And then, your enemy will become your bosom friend, but none is granted it save one who possesses a great share of good. So someone like Imam Hazir Imam His Highness Aga Khan practices this great share of good. He doesn't punish his people or anyone. So there we are told only disbelievers want to trample, like, US say something, the 9/11, and then George Bush said that we're going after these two axes of evil and all this. And so this and like this, right? So the disbelievers say, like, they cannot take anyone doing zulma, doing any bad thing. On the other hand, we have these punishments that we say are reformatory. You have to punish them to teach them a lesson in Islam, in the Quran, like for thieves and adultery, right, and fornication. And the blazing fire. Oh, wait. Oh, God. The idol worshiper. Sorry, my head. Oh, God. Okay, so, but consider the ayat afterwards in Surah Fussilat, back to Surah Fussilat, where it says that, none is granted it save that you save the one who possesses a great share of good, meaning your enemy will be your bosom friend. If you act good with them, through good you can turn your enemy into your bosom friend, right? Then again later on it says that if shaitan again comes in, if you read the next ayat in Surah Fussilat, so I was thinking, maybe the Muslims are going to question me, Muslim scholars, on this. Hey, that we have a great ayat here, and we can be really like this is. I think it's like a cult, some great ayats, but we don't see. So this overshadows the other ayats, punishment ayats, and all this. So there are some ayats where you have to consider other ayats with it, because then you see the contradictions. Some ayats you must concentrate on that particular, for example, do they have a shred of knowledge to provide the, the idol worshippers or disbelievers? And then it goes to, like either they are disbelievers or they are idol worshippers. God cannot decide. So materialistic, like there's no life after death. And then in Surah Najm we are told they believe in angels, but they don't believe in life hereafter, in the hereafter. So it's a mumble jumble kind of thing in the Quran. Maybe we can fix it or something like this. Or am no, really, thanks to Dr. Gondal, Abdullah Gondal, a lot of them who are ex-Muslims now coming up, trying to put sense in us. So these verses, like they're quite on, we can show you how on inference or the hadith, for example, the Badouan thing, they did not go forth with Prophet Muhammad to protect him and the Muslims from the attack from Makkans, idol worshippers. And so they were blamed so badly, and even like they are hypocrites and all this. And then you can see the ayat about the spoils of the war. Allah has promised them many spoils of the war in the same Surah Fath. So trying to comb through this Quran ayat. So on one hand, I just remembered Surah Fussilat. It's also called Surah Hamim Sajda, another title for it. So, like afterwards, like if now shaitan, after you have remained steadfast on Allah, the one Allah, and then we are told, look, oh God, I wish I could, you can check where it says after all these ayats, angels descend, and then if your enemy will become your bosom friend, but none is, because you have so much great good in you. You don't trample down your people who come and attack you. So and then we are told that if the Satan whispers bad things, seek refuge in Allah from Satan, Shaitan. Then we are told this. So it's really like, something we didn't, I didn't look at this. I was like, oh my God, yes, what answer will I give the Muslim scholars on this, right? That only the disbelievers say, like, no one dared hurt us. We're going to go after them and trample them under our feet. But then you see, now the Quran ayat says, but those who remain steadfast in Allah, oneness in Allah alone, then the angels descend on them, saying, grieve not. So angels descend, then why is Shaitan coming? The other preceding verse, the next verse, in one of the next verses it says, and if Satan whispers, Satan doesn't have to whisper anything anymore. Angels descend on them. So the way this verse is put, actually I can't even move much because of the fever, and it's less, but it still hurts. So I can check the verses and show you the ayat numbers, give you the ayat numbers. And the headache, okay, I have to go now. So please leave Islam. It is a mess. The Quran is in a mumble jumble. The things that get me doubtful, you see, I've already shown that there are mistakes in the Quran, and Prophet Muhammad was not infallible. He made mistakes, and he even made the mistake of practicing the pagan Arab adoption of taking a son so even though it's not his, but we all know it's not a biological son, but the pagan Arabs used to take someone else's son as their own son, and God then comes in and says, this is not your biological son. So you see, you can't even take a daughter, someone else's daughter, as your biological. But the pagans were so true in their word. They used to give them inheritance and, not touch them in a bad way and all this. Whereas, what we have, we are told one male and female, the third one is Shaitan present. So all we can do is wrong. So Muhammad has to marry those captive women, war women. And like Dr. David Wood has shown, do not marry married women except those whom your right hands possess, captive bond women in the war, right? So they could be married. He pointed this verse out in Surah Nisa. So many other things like which really, when it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't make sense. Why? We thought we were crying, feeling that how could Yazid's army do this to Imam Hussein's women, holy women, the family of Ali Muhammad, and then they're marrying. Like they didn't, the Yazid's army didn't even touch they just, chadar, we were told. They pulled off the veils. That's, but considering what Prophet Muhammad did to the captive women of his time, and that we can not find through Ali Muhammad, from the family of Muhammad. We can only find through the Umayyad side. So it's a very difficult, very, very difficult thing for the Shias, you know, to show the Shias or whatever, however you may see it. Oh. So sometimes I get, have I confused you? Or I also get confused. And like this cult has been in us for such a long time. It's very difficult to break through this nonsense, this wickedness, this lie, this great injustice. So, as I am feeling the pain again, I just want to break through, free people, and may you never feel pain, you know, be oppressed or be deceived or what do you call that, defrauded, you know, deceived. Oh, sorry, I'm not too good in this English vocabulary. So please get out of, like I'll be showing you, reminding you again and again, even on small things. It may seem like this is nothing and I'm repeating myself, but I have to, so that many of you who may come across, or some of you, or few of you who may come across my videos would get some answers and find out that this religion is a false religion and we need to stop these punishments through the Sharia court, or even ourselves, you know, punishing our children because they did not pray namaz, or they're leaving Islam, or you know, they're not doing hijab or this and that. Anyways, on hijab there's not much punishment, I think, but like my father did hit me for the namaz thing with a stick. So I think if it shouldn't be like this. Like we're told that a parent can hit someone if they don't hurt their children. Sorry, not someone, their child, if they don't pray, if they miss namaz, obligatory prayers. So even this should not be done. So, you know, and you know, I've heard of emotionally insecure, even in Shia Islam, you know, they use religion to harm others. All this, right? So, or it, you know, emotionally insecure, and you can't take this and you can't take that, and I wonder, like, let the people have their freedom. So it gets very stuffy. It gets very conservative. It makes a person very strict and abnormal. Too many rules, and you know, some. I mean, there are all these things for emotional insecurity. It doesn't give you that security. What kind of a religion is this that you suspect your wife? Out of fear, you can, you know, these conditions, and then in the end, you can even hit your wife. Out of fear that they may have done something wrong. So I have to read that verse again. Okay, my eyes and all. No, but I have to tell you this. It seems like a crazy, devilish religion. Please leave it for your own good and for the sake of others, for the sake of humanity. This man was crazy, Prophet Muhammad. On one hand, he's showing disbelievers say, let us find these people have dared to do wrong to us. So I've already repeated myself and I have to go now. Thank you so much. It's hurting me.